how this thing works. Hello, everyone. You click to go horizontal, it does vertical. You click this, it does the opposite. I guess there's a reason though. Maybe it's only supposed to be for a few people to watch this one today. So welcome everyone. Welcome to today's energy clearing for entities. Wherever it is that you're tuning in from, let me know, like, just maybe what's been showing up for you. Because when we do this work, when we start to tap into the energy of entities, all sorts of things can start to play out. So with that being said, I am going to just start with kind of cleansing the space. I added some like rose with the lavender and sage. Something was just saying like, oh, something else wants to, there's some like gentleness, heart gentleness, I think that wants to come through here today. Oh, hi Meredith. That was weird, I didn't see your comment. I'm gonna open it up here. I'll just call to the guides, your ancestors, and those beings that wish to support during this clearing. So good. We just had our new moon ritual in the membership. I don't know. Well, some of you here were there. You can tell me how it was. I didn't feel like I needed to break the energy. Hi, Fatima. Hello. Very potent. There's like potent energy right now today, it feels like. And that new moon ritual to me was just like the marker of like, okay, fresh. So let's hear what you said, Meredith. I definitely need to call back my power on that last live when you said, think about what you're putting in your exhale. I honestly thought for a good few minutes you'd said expale. I mean, I could have. But interesting, what does that mean? Pale. You kind of like what you said there is you have pay with the tower moment, like the letter P. Aleph, I would say, is like the fool and the movement into, so a tower burning something, starting new, and then Lamed, finding balance with the justice card. So whatever that might be. Mother Mary Magdalene Feast Day, July 22nd. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't really do a whole lot for that, but one of my teachers within that realm posted leaving some offerings. So maybe that's why the rose wanted to come through. Thank you for that reminder, Fatima. But yeah, let us, hi Nesrin. Ooh, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have a story for Nesrin. I didn't leave a message yet, but there's magical things happening. Let's put it that way. And for today, what was coming through around this entity awareness was the power that God has, the power that the names or aspects of God have, and how we can tap into that. So I have my book here because I figured we would like tune into something around the Shem, Hamefarash. But, you know, I recently have come into more of like the Sufi stuff. And Nazrin, you'll appreciate this. I had a conversation with someone who hosts events here, and it was like instantly they're like, oh yeah, like they working with the 99 names or aspects of God. And I was like, well, that's why I'm here again. Like these aspects of God. Oh, interesting, Fatima. These aspects of God that I feel we're all meant to tap into, but we may all have certain pulls towards, but because there's healing. And then Fatima, you probably know Al-Fatah, I believe it is, that opener. There's something about this newness of our journey, and entities are not always about clearing the heaviness that they hold and the things that like almost like I think we think in our world that they're trying to hold us back and whatever, but within access consciousness they talk a lot about like what are the energies of contribution that entities want to bring. And to me this is about raising the frequency of ourselves, of calling back our power and accessing the spirit realm so we can have these openings occur. I don't know. Everything kind of links in my head, you guys. Follow along as best you can. But what I'm saying with that, I guess, is I love how all these different cultures, religions, spiritual beliefs or practices all kind of have these similar links. You know, in the Kabbalistic path, it's like the Shem HaMephorash, or the 72 names of God. You could also identify them as like 72 aspects of God. And same within that, like that Sufi practice of, I can't remember the term, maybe Fatima or Nezra knows. But the 99 names, and what are these all a contribution for us? So we're going to just do the things we do here with the entities. I want you to have an open mind as we go through and just notice whatever's showing up within your body, with that rosy gentleness, that heart gentleness, as Meredith had mentioned. And we'll call them Mary Magdalene as well. You know, in that new moon ritual, it was a very snaky energy. I definitely recommend, if you're not in the membership, maybe you want to head over there, check it out. You just hit join and like watch the replay of that ritual. Because we tapped into something really potent with the serpent and the wisdom. The serpent holds the wisdom of the feminine, to just go for the things that we desire. And we can use entities, clear the things that don't serve us, but also tap into the entities that want to show up, the energies that want to show up to contribute to what it is we're creating. We're in Leo season now, so it's like fire and like go for it. So yes. Ooh, Prophet Muhammad, Prophet Solomon are your husband, ancestors. That's cool, Fatima. Calling back power. Hi, Golden Lily. Hello. What I've been dreaming of, the prophets are actually coming through with the Sea of Galilee these last 2 weeks. Interesting. Cool. Well, let's see. So to start us off, we're just going to ask those entities that wish to be present. Any entities in our spaces, our realities, to just come through now. And you're just noticing what you're noticing as you continue to breathe. Breath is really important as we do this work. Okay, well, entities that are present here now that wish to be cleared. Who are you? And who were you before that? 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 And who would you like to be in the future? And everything that is, will you take your magnetic imprinting, any cords, attachments to our bodies, spaces, realities, take that all with you now as we clear good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. Breathing into your belly, if there's sensations in any parts of your body, just noticing those. Ooh, da, 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 da. Any entities related to the physical body of the solar plexus, that fire space. Let me just ask that you come and make yourself known now. And who are you? And who were you before that? Who were you before that? Who were you before that? Who would you like to be in the future? And you take your magnetic imprinting, your attachments and cords from this body, space, reality, and time. And go now, please. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. So just asking those healing angels to move through the different energy centers and parts of your body, organs, muscles. Feeling for some of you, it might be in the heart space. It might be in the jaw and mouth. Words maybe not said, things being held back. Just calling those healing angels to clear and just release any connecting attachments, energetic cords from these places so that you can speak your truth, come from heart space. And anywhere there might be demons, darker entities, attachments there, we'll just clear you now. We revoke and rescind you from our reality, space, bodies, times, energy. Go back from whence you came. We revoke, rescind, recant, renounce any of your attachments from our bodies, time, space, realities, energy. Go back from whence you came. Go back from whence you came. And we recant, renounce, rescind, revoke any attachments of entities from these times, bodies, energy, spaces, connections. Go back from whence you came. Go back from whence you came. Go back from whence you came. Never to return to this reality, these bodies, these minds, these hearts, or this reality ever again. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100, shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. Moving into the third eye space. So anything that's holding you from seeing this with open view, open heart, open mind, any entities that may be blocking the space of the third eye, just calling you forth here now. You no longer have to be broken is what's coming through. You no longer have to become detached. There is, for you, viewer, or for the entity as well, or entities, there can be a more visual, like open stream. So whatever that is, who are you? Who were you before that? 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 What would you like to be in the future? Will you take all your cords, attachments, energies from this third eye and beyond? All magnetic imprinting, take it now with you. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100, shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. And just breathing. Just noticing whatever you notice. If it's lighter, heavier, somewhere in between. We're going to call to those entities now that actually first, something about like some people's space, their land. So any entities of the space, the land, the residence you find yourself in, any of those that need to be cleared, that have maybe been like trapped there. Some of you might have had like more like interactions with, bizarre occurrences in your house lately, lights flickering, whatever that might be, cupboard doors slamming, like sometimes some creepy shit. We're just going to call those entities in those spaces, times, any portals that have been opened as well in your physical environments. We're just going to clear all those now. Oh, closing those portals, angels, and let us return home any of those entities that came through those portals. This is a chance, otherwise you're going to get stuck in the space, and that is not going to be fun for you. You are not going to be able to return from whence you came, and there'll be a disconnection there. So return now through those portals as they are closing. Taking all your magnetic imprinting. What are you? What were you before that? What were you before that? What were you before that? And what would you like to be in the future? Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100, shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. Whatever energies they've been siphoning, or anything in your space that's been siphoning your energy through your field, just clearing those now. Who are you? What are you? Who and what would you like to be before or after that? What were you before that? What were you before that? What were you before that? Who 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 and what would you like to be in the future? Now's the opportunity for you to do that. You don't have to siphon our energies. Clearing those now, taking all your magnetic imprinting, good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100 shorts, boards, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. Okay, calling in those energies, entities, beings that want to support and contribute to the creations, visions, dreams, hopes, and wishes, your life, your bank account, your relationships. We just draw that energy here now, knowing that it's for the sovereignty of both you and sovereignty of the entity. It's not that you become attached or indwelled or require them for anything. It's that everything in our existence and reality is can be a contribution. The earth can contribute to you, drawing the energy, right? But you know that, like, yes, you're a part of the earth, but you're not the earth. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's this kind of duality there. So all those entities that wish to contribute in our highest good and the highest light, if you so choose to receive this, obviously because you have choice, if you give that consent, you just speak yes. And we ask that those be present and to make themselves known, pave the way, make the things happen on our path. 639 there. And anything that doesn't allow that, we just destroy and uncreate it all now, please. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. I'm taking a deep breath in, letting it go. Calling the energies of the earth, the land spirits, nature spirits, water spirits, fire spirits, I guess, that are like nice and gentle for us. All those in the realms that we maybe cannot see but are contributing to the earth's, like nurturing the earth, generosity of the earth, the abundance of the earth. We call you forth now, those that wish to contribute to our manifesting, our bodies, our wellness, our health, our passion, our love, our abundance, our wealth. We call you forth now, maybe noticing your roots connecting to the earth. And anything that doesn't allow that fully, we just destroy and uncreate it all now, please. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. So I opened it to this divine name, Vav Shin Resh, 32nd name. Vav Shin Resh. It's tied to the sun in Virgo. Heat of Dis, the Lord of Prudence. And the Psalm 33:2 says, give thanks to the Lord with a harp, with a lyre of 10 melodies, make music to him. Something very abundant about the sounds, the vibrations. I mentioned this raising of frequency. Music is one of those things. It raises the vibration. Sound raises our vibration, whether it's through the drum or if it's through some other means of vibration. Singing, your voice, humming, clearing the vagus nerve. All this is important. Vav Shin Resh. The description here of insight. What I'm seeing with these is I'll read the words, but what I'm seeing is this joining of 2 into 1 or 3 into 1. They like 6-rayed star, the above like spirit triangle, and the below material triangle joining into 1. Just like you as your higher self and inner child, or higher self and self join into 1. And then also this combination of this holy triad, whatever that might mean, the 3, including that image of the 6-rayed star. It's literally 2 becoming 1, which is 3, right? So it says, aligned with this name is the image of the higher self, an inner child, that power of connecting to past, present, and future through the combination of this holy triad. This name opens you to receive blessings from the great teacher of death, great teacher of the conclusions, right? Even us doing this work today, it's us concluding something. It's us bringing a close to the chapter. When we do entity work, it can be intense because we've lived so long with certain entities attached. We might have introduced them or invited them in as children. And now to sit with like our own sovereignty without that attachment can be a bit intense, but there's a blessing that we are able to receive if we're willing from that experience. It says here also, sit with the fears and receive the teachings and love from those around you. So who is sharing with you? What are you noticing? Whatever that is, it doesn't mean like a teacher necessarily, but like the insights and like learnings you're experiencing or receiving in the world around you. So I'm going to show you the sigil, Vav Shin Resh. Just breathing that in. Va, Shi, Re, Va, Shi, Re, Vesher. This divine name. So we're going to just meditate on this as we kind of close the space together. So whether eyes are opened or closed, maybe if they're open, gazing them just at a spot below. As you hear this vibration of the divine name, follow along as you will. Vav Shin Resh, 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 Vashire, 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 Vesher, 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 This name moving through your body, moving throughout your auric field, your energy field. Creating a layer of protection, filling those holes with light. Receiving whatever insights are showing up for you here. As we enter into this time of Leo, bringing your awareness to your solar plexus, the energy center just above your belly button, that place of your solar power and light. Seeing your internal sun shining brightly. This being sourced from spirit, from all the divine names and aspects of God into the one that resides within you. You can walk with this confidence, you can walk with this frequency of vibration higher and higher each day in your power. Perhaps continuing the vibration of that divine name, Vav Shin Resh, as you go about your week. Now noticing the breath in your body, noticing the points in which your body makes contact with the chair or bed beneath you, with the floor at your feet. The sounds in the room, the light behind your closed eyes. Whenever you're ready, returning back with open eyes into this space. Vav Shin Resh. Some of the words that are listed under here, feel free to share your insights or thoughts or whatever experiences in the comments. But I want to just read with the gematria of this name. It's 506 or a full gematria of 882. The gematria being each of the letters, Vav, Shin, Resh, each have a numerical value to them. So we can combine it. Vav 6, Shin is 300, Resh is 200, and that equals 506. Or spelt out, it's a bigger number. But it's funny because the first word here for the gematria is Abgitats, which is the first 6-letter combo of something known as the 42-letter name of God. So it's funny how we open, again, these aspects of God, aspects of, all the different stuff. It's also tied to Asherah, the Phoenician goddess of prosperity. So there's a tie to that wealthy contribution aspect here. Shore, the ox or bull, which is Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign, again, material. And then the last word here with the gematria that's listed is Parts Zufim, which is persons or faces. And again, the way I perceive this is like with the Shem, Mefarash, those 99 names of God, and say the Sufi Islamic tradition or any of these other traditions, they are faces. So if this is something that interests you, you can get a copy of this book. I have a link in the description. This is like a magical grimoire. It's just a way for you to tune into the names, and it has sigils and talismans and all goodness in here, and a bit of a method of how you can work with them. Nezra knows this, how much it just opens the door. I definitely encourage you to check it out. But with that being said, okay, I'm going to read a comment first, and I'm going to share about a dream. Hi, Natalie. Hello, Natalie. My heart started beating so strongly when you were saying the names. Yeah, sensitive, right? The energy is powerful with these names. Tomorrow's the day out of time, so thank you for this meditation. It feels aligned. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for being here and taking part. This stuff is powerful. That Sufi meditation group, I'm going to hopefully join and take part in some of that. But he was saying sometimes people find the energy of the names or aspects so intense. And because it is a power, like imagine you're touching God pretty much with these practices, touching the face of God, or maybe having a glance of the face of God. And it can be sometimes overwhelming. And that's okay. Okay, but my dream, I don't know why I feel like I have to share this for some reason. This is a long time ago. This was long before any of my awareness into any of these things, any spiritual practice, I would say even. I don't know if I even gotten into like the shamanic stuff or why. I feel like this was before then, because otherwise I think I would have like more consciously or actively pursued the dream interpretation. But it's always been in my mind, and lately it's been back in my mind. But it was a very sensual dream, very intimate dream. And I was like, it was weird. I was like literally with Marilyn Manson, if you know who that is. I'm not a Marilyn Manson like fan. Like he kind of honestly kind of creeps me out for my own personal reasons. But if you know anything about him, like he's someone who's taken on a certain persona, a certain face or aspect of self, like many musicians do, within certain genres of music, and he's like gone with it. But in this dream, him and I were like in this very vulnerable, like physical place. But the thing that was so beautiful was that he had 99 names of God tattooed on his body in like these little like boxes, kind of like a comic box and a cartoon, like something like this. And like we were in this, whatever, I don't even know what was going on, honestly, but it was like I just remember being so entranced with what was on these tattoos, these representations of God. And then thinking kind of like, why would he have that on his body? Like, is he like not like someone who would be so anti-God, anti-anything divinity in a certain aspect? But what I like am thinking back to that is, maybe someone here has a bit more of a insight into why 99, there's number meanings, 72, like there's number meanings, 42, whatever. But like, what if we think about it, 99 kind of being like an ending, and then 100 is like, sort of marks like a beginning again. And it's also like one, right? Really, because one and then the two zeros pretty much mean nothing. Nothing mean nothing, but they have a nothing value. But what I'm seeing this as is each of us being these humans with these different aspects, these different faces of God, right? Light and dark, these different faces, but then us being the one, right? In that dream, Marilyn Manson, being the one, even though he was embodying these different aspects of God. So I don't know why I feel like I have to share that. I guess maybe just from the lens of everyone and everything we're seeing in the world right now, it seems can have a lot of shadow. And it can be easy to think or assume, well, how could that person be a reflection of God or be God? How could we, but it's about us, especially within the Sufism, my understanding, it's like having an open heart and seeing everyone as like the face of the divine, recognizing they are also you. And maybe that can help us have a bit more compassion, that rose energy of Mary Magdalene. To me, her as like a disciple of Jesus, a teacher of like a very heart-centered path, was to, like Jesus, as he did, to accept and receive everyone. no matter what they look like, no matter how they dress, no matter how they act. It was like just full on acceptance, compassion for the individual. Not saying we have to accept the like behaviors that are like maybe dangerous or harmful. Like, no, like there's, judgments, ethics, whatever around that. I say judgments, but I mean like the balance of the scales, right? Of justice that takes place. But from us as the individual to receive the other. And this ties again to the entity work. Not, entities. They can be these teachers. Death can be this teacher. It doesn't all have to be, oh my gosh, negative. So whatever that might mean or need to be for someone here. Okay, I'm going to pull a card or two here too, but I want to read the comments. Hello, Catherine Moyes. You have great vibes, very safe, pure soul. Oh, thanks for being here. Yeah, I appreciate that. Nezrin knows the vibrations. Oh, I'm going to leave you a voice message after this, probably, by the way. I'm so sorry, Nezrin. Okay, so balanced, grounded, cozy. Ooh, I like that. Meredith, I have a Manson story, but groupie days not relevant. You can let me know on Instagram if you want. Oh man, I don't know, what's the latest song he had on like his new album? We listened to it a couple times. His music's very well produced. That's all I can say. It's almost like too perfectly produced for me. Anyway. Fatima, shadows that are not acknowledged is what gets hard for many. Yeah. Especially if they're not acknowledged for decades or millennia because of our ancestral connections. All those ancestors that did not want to look at their shadow. And it carries through. I was talking with someone yesterday who wants to go through like sharing more of their voice, but they're like, oh, I just get scared of judgment and being like perceived by people, especially family, in a negative light. And she's noticing how the family, like the female, like the feminine side of the family is continually just like held the voice, and it's showing up, manifesting in physical ailments like, thyroid issues and so forth. And I just kind of asked like, and how much of that is from our ancestral lineage that like it's difficult sometimes to become aware of or to break because even the ancestors are holding on to it. Oh, what did I see today? I think I put it on my like shorts on Instagram. I wonder if I can pop it up. I'm going to just read this because I thought it was really beautiful and a reminder for us that just because life is difficult or the wounds you have from your ancestors are so strong doesn't mean it has to take over. It says, as you focus on clearing your generational trauma, do not forget to claim your generational strengths. Your ancestors gave you more than just wounds. So I really like that. Like, it's easy to be like, oh, this thing that's passed on. And I was like, well, maybe you call upon your ancestors to guide you and support you, right? With this movement forward of the voice, because there are parts of them, especially those ones that have passed, their energy is like so much more pure and can be a real great contribution. So whoever needs to hear that. Golden Lily, hello. Thanks. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, well, this is like live too in like 2 hours, so it's been fun. I definitely recommend if you are not in the membership, hit join if you want to check out the new moon ritual that we just did earlier. Ooh. So much stuff here anyway. Okay, let's pull a card or two. Fatima, basic. I am a registered blind mom, I think is what you're saying. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you could be here and access whenever you need to, Fatima. So let's just see some closing cards for us, please, from the Sacred Symbols of Oracle deck. Boopy. Boundaries. So I mentioned the power and sovereignty of, the self and the entity beings as we go through the work we did today. And like what I'm actually seeing and hearing with this is like we've been rewatching that show. What's it called? brand new cherry flavor. I'm going to try not to spoil any of it for you, but if you have not watched it, it's on Netflix, right? Yeah. I definitely recommend it. Oh my gosh. It's so good. It's so good. And like, it's everything I like. Anyways, it's really good. But like this jaguar-y type energy. That's what I see with this. I don't know. Someone might say that's a cheetah, but I see this as a jaguar. Um, the strength that that character in that show develops as she continues to go on. And rewatching it, it's interesting because I felt like she started as strong, and then all of a sudden, within the first episode, she's kind of like at this, like, or second episode, like kind of at this weak, like, like she's not really that confident. She's kind of like getting walked over, is like scared, but then as she develops through, she gains a bit of this ability to set boundaries, especially within like spirit world. If you like all the magical, weird stuff, you guys definitely, yeah, you'll like that show. Right, Golden Lily? It's like so good. Anyway. So with that, where are the boundaries that you need to set with entities, with people around you? I was meeting with my friend this morning and we're like talking about parents and the expectations from our mothers and what we've learned over the year. She's like, I don't answer the phone call right off the bat when she calls. She's like, I let it ring a couple times, and then she'll text, because it's like there's a lot of energy. And it's important that we honor our personal boundaries, our energetic boundaries. I want to say like our ancestral boundaries too. Like you as a human carry ancestral gifts that are sacred and need to be honored. And people may try to like walk all over them, walk all over you, but you are like the guardian of that. Anyways, watch the show. You might get more context on what I'm talking about with that, but there's something there. And then one more. Let's see. What's this? Moving forward, I guess. Moving forward in addition. Sphinx energy. My husband is a firstborn, so there is like a redemption type thing tied in as well. Read above. Sweet. 7 generations. We have the Earth card. So I think, yeah, well, at least here in Canada, we're in like summertime. I know for some of you watching might be a different hemisphere, but this Earth really is like a gift for us. And we are being called to be the stewards of this Earth. That's why, we're meant to like care for it, nurture it as it nurtures us. And we only have a short time to really be out in like the summertime here. We don't get to like walk barefoot all the time. Like I've walked barefoot like a couple times for a sweat lodge in winter and it was not the most pleasant. Your feet get cold on snow. So it's like, how can we take those little moments moving from this point on forward to connect to the earth, to nurture the earth, care for it, tend to your gardens, tend to your backyards or whatever, pick up trash around you, like kind of like give back to the earth. And in that process, it is also gifting to you, like connecting to you, speaking to you. I love how we have both very like nature cards here with the earth and with the animal kingdom showing up. So calling this symbol of the earth and groundedness, materializing of your desires, your wishes, as you continue to set your boundaries and stand in your boundaries, standing in your power, right? When your feet are locked into the earth, like you are unshakable. I'm like feeling a really strong, just whew. So whatever it needs for you to anchor, send your roots down into the earth each morning, connect to her, draw that energy up, let it support you, because the earth does not mess around, right? Like we don't control if there's hurricanes or storms or anything. Like if the earth wants to move, it moves. And like humans, but you gotta get out of the fucking way, right? So how can we embody that? That's a beautiful thing. Whew, yeah. Well, Okay, I think that's really all I need to say today. Thank you for taking part, whatever this ended up being. A live energy transmission, clear entities, raise frequency, call back your power. That's all very good. Be gentle with yourself as you leave here today. And yeah, I guess just with little like updates for the next couple weeks. I'm going to see if I do a live next week. We'll be going like camping and traveling into the mountains for the next week and a bit. So I'm planning on having some videos released, like pre-recorded videos, but most likely will not be hosting a live. We'll just see what happens. And then the week of like that first week of August, my hope, probably August, because Monday I might still not be back. I'm hoping the Friday, the August 8th in the daytime, we'll have like a Lionsgate energy experience. And what else is going to happen? There'll be some an energy healing for the Practicus members in July. And this all the month of July is we're really talking about like the solar energy. Solar magic, or this kind of like internal power that we sort of touched on today. But how can we utilize that for boosting confidence, boosting our manifestations or creations, drawing in the things we want to draw in? So I think the 8th will be a great way for us to portal into that, tune into that Sirius sun. And I feel like there's messages coming through, even during the new moon ritual with the scrying mirror. I didn't get into that, but I was seeing like Sirius showing up. I was like, oh, this is interesting. So there's like a lot of energy coming in. You may not want to miss that. If you don't want to miss it, hit join and join me in the membership. And we'll see what kind of things shift. And then I'm hoping to have a giveaway, you guys, because I feel like, yeah, I've just been sitting with that, like, oh, like there's something, like someone's going to win something, or maybe two people. I don't know what that's going to look like. Thought about doing it before I leave, but at this point, I'm kind of feeling that maybe when I return, a bit more clarity will come with that. So you're going to want to maybe just make sure you keep track of that, subscribe, or I don't know, however you want to do it, check back and see. I'll make it like pretty obvious. We'll have a giveaway. So yeah, little fairies. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Well, thank you all for being here. Sending you all light, love. May you continue to walk in this mystery of life with your confidence. And yeah, until the next time. Okay. Take care.